Welcome to my YouTube channel. This presentation explores the critical land reforms that took place in Kanyakumari district, starting with the States Reorganization Act of 1956, which merged Kanyakumari district with Tamil Nadu, and continuing with the Pandara Pattam Abolition Act of 1964, which drastically reformed land ownership in the district. The States Reorganization Act of 1956 was designed to reorganize India's states along linguistic lines. This act resulted in the merger of Kanyakumari, previously part of Travancore Cochin, with Tamil Nadu. The merger introduced new administrative and legal frameworks, particularly concerning land tenure. Before the reorganization, Kanyakumari followed the land tenure systems of the Travancore Cochin state, primarily the Pandara Pattam system, in which temples, landlords, and nobles controlled vast areas of land. The actual cultivators of the land, the tenants, had no formal ownership rights. After the merger with Tamil Nadu, the land tenure system faced new challenges. The transition from Travancore's land laws to Tamil Nadu's systems created confusion. This, along with the lack of formal land records, led to widespread disputes between landlords, tenants, and temple authorities. The Pandara Pattam system had deep roots in Kanyakumari. Tenant farmers worked the land but had no legal claim to it. Although Kanyakumari merged with Tamil Nadu, this system continued for some time, causing social tensions and calls for reform. The Pandara Pattam Abolition Act, passed in 1964, was a landmark land reform that sought to abolish the intermediary rights of landlords and temples in Kanyakumari. Under this act, tenant farmers were granted legal ownership of the lands they had cultivated for generations. The Act's key provisions included transferring ownership from landlords to tenants, ensuring tenants became legal landowners. Compensation was provided to landlords for the lands they lost, and legal processes were initiated to register the new ownerships. The Pandara Pattam Abolition Act had a profound impact on land ownership in Kanyakumari. It empowered small farmers by granting them ownership of the land, reduced the concentration of land among a few elites, and resolved many land disputes that had persisted for decades. While the reforms were transformative, they were not without challenges. Many landlords and temple authorities resisted giving up their land. Meanwhile, farmers, unsure of the legal process, faced delays in receiving formal ownership documents, which slowed down the reform's effectiveness. To resolve disputes and clarify ownership, the government undertook a comprehensive land resurvey across Kanyakumari. This resurvey helped formalize land records, ensuring that newly recognized landowners received legal titles, and disputes over land were significantly reduced. The land resurvey identified legitimate landowners and reduced fraudulent claims, particularly from landlords and temple authorities who still sought control. This process also helped establish clear ownership boundaries, bringing much-needed clarity to land ownership in Kanyakumari. The long-term impact of these land reforms was substantial. By granting legal ownership to small farmers, agricultural productivity increased, and the local economy strengthened. These reforms also reduced social inequalities and empowered previously marginalized farmers. While significant progress has been made, some challenges remain, particularly regarding land boundaries and the registration process. There is also a need for continuous public awareness campaigns to ensure that all landowners fully understand their rights under the current legal framework. Public participation remains crucial to the success of land reforms. Encouraging involvement in land surveys and educating people on their land rights can help resolve remaining disputes. The government is also launching initiatives to ensure that the benefits of these reforms reach everyone. In conclusion, the States Reorganization Act, followed by the Pandara Pattam Abolition Act and the Land Resurvey, reshaped land ownership in Kanyakumari. These reforms empowered small farmers and resolved long-standing disputes, marking a new era in land ownership and social equality. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you found this YouTube presentation useful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more insightful content.